Sure.
I'll take it for you
Takes
later.
1 second.
Well, reconstructing our own humanity, what hypnotherapy teaches us about ourselves. My contention today is that hypnosis and hypnotherapy show us that people can
Have
change.
we got any audio issues? We're right now? Good.
I don't know. I couldn't test the audio. A tactical combination of analysis, insight and trance can produce small yet significant changes in attitudes, beliefs and behaviours. The theory of neuroplasticity dovetails nicely with hypnotherapy. There are many therapies available in today's remedial marketplace. So why hypnotherapy? First of all, this does not need to be an exclusive choice. Hypnotherapy can, and often does, work as part of a treatment regimen or as a standalone. I argue that hypnotherapy works by tactical access to the power of the subconscious, though this is still not the only therapy that does so. These days, it has been placed under the banner of brief therapy. That is, it can produce significant positive change in a small number of consultations. So, and in my opinion, hypnotherapy's standout feature is the benefits of working with the subconscious over a short period of time to achieve targeted positive change. How does it work? Opinions vary. Therapists mostly agree on the role of the trance state, though not on a definition. The trance state is much misunderstood, often provoking laughter or fear when hypnosis is mentioned. Questions like, will I cluck like a chicken? Or, will you take control of my mind? My personal favourite, come up often. I sometimes reply, only if you really want to. It is important to understand that trance is a natural state. There's nothing mysterious about it, let alone sinister. Most people drift in and out of a trance state daily. Try this out for yourselves. You may be watching a movie or a TV show that you really like. Before you realise it, 1 or 2 hours have gone by, though it felt like a couple of minutes. Or playing a video game. I have a friend who drives from Melbourne to Adelaide, a trip which takes about 10 hours. He has made this trip so many times that he drives on autopilot. The trip invariably goes without a hitch. It feels like only a few minutes, and he arrives home refreshed. This is yet one more example of a trance in action. I tell this to people who say they cannot be hypnotised. When was the last time you drifted off, then came back minutes or hours later, with no idea of where the time was? I contend that nearly anyone can enter a trance state, and therefore can be hypnotised. However, this does not mean that any one practitioner can hypnotise anyone, or just anyone. There are a number of techniques and schools. Building rapport is an important skill, with some therapists believing this matters more than the technique used. Preparedness to change can make all the difference. Resistance, fear and even skepticism are an ever-present concern. Trance is a waking state, where you have the best access to the subconscious. And this is where the patterns and beliefs that rule our lives largely reside. In my opinion, the only hypnosis is self-hypnosis. As a practitioner, I give suggestions and guidance, but it is the patient who does the work, and it is the patient who is in control. In consultation, we work out what they are seeking and work on a way of achieving this. Everyone's different. I treat each person as an individual. I help each individual construct their own humanity. So what can hypnotherapy treat? The bread and butter items for many therapists are quitting smoking, weight loss, and stopping nail biting. Example to follow shortly. For my part, I have been steeped in hypnotherapy for 35 years, and am privileged to have as a mentor and close friend the grandfather of Australian hypnotherapy, Brian Perry. However, it is just last year that I qualified as a practitioner, studying a diploma course down in Melbourne under another senior figure, Rob McNeely. Rob encouraged us to view hypnotherapy as natural and to apply it widely. Focusing on my own practice, my passion is helping to improve the lives of people with mental illness. This is the vision at the centre of my practice. It is important to note that I do not offer a cure. False hope is a highly corrosive commodity in which I refuse to deal. I have yet to meet anyone with a mental illness who has only the illness to contend with. Smoking rates are around 70% amongst those with severe mental illness, much higher than average. Other poor life choices abound. Drug abuse and drinking, both endemic. Even addiction to soft drinks is a major problem. It continues to amaze me the number of coke addicts I encounter. That's Coca-Cola, not cocaine. I have seen people get into fist fights over bottles of coke. The list goes on. Low self-esteem, stigma in many forms, phobias and irrational fears. Hypnotherapy can correct all of these nasties and more. And with problems like these under better control, and your quality of life therefore improving, you can better use your own resources to deal with a mental illness. Furthermore, the positive experience of reducing or conquering those difficulties can help to improve your outlook. Perhaps you can shift from, oh no, not another day of the same old, to things are a little better than yesterday. The positive change may be a small step. In some cases, it may be several small steps adding to a big stride, or a single large step. What these steps are will be different for each individual. One of the joys of practice is being able to tailor a solution for just that person and with their full knowledge and cooperation. Therapy can also be applied to aspects of mental illness. What is it particularly that bothers you? I can ask my patients. For instance, two people with bipolar disorder with the same symptoms may be bothered by different aspects. I hate being so irritable, says one person. It drives my partner crazy. Then we can work on strategies to address them. Rob taught me that everyone has resources and strengths. Using hypnosis, we search for strengths to deal with particular problems. I am proud to offer an approach that is strengths-based and individually focused. I'll conclude with an example, then invite questions. My dear friend Christy here.
There's a reason I've got my hands up like this, and I'll leave it to Adrian to tell you now.
Okay. Christy is a nail biter. She is a reformed nail biter. When did you start biting your nails, Christy?
I was 9 months old, and I bit them until they bled.
She stopped biting her nails the end of last year through hypnosis.
I'm 35. I was 30, going on for 35 at the time. I was 34, and one session of hypnosis, and I've stopped biting my nails.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Now I helped
Thank you very much for sharing that. Well,
I helped to open Christy up to the idea of hypnosis. She in fact looked for a YouTube video about nail biting and solved it for her. That's also an example of the patient doing most of the work, which is what I believe very much.
well, let's have a round of applause for the talk.